Hello students, welcome back to the course of heat and mass transfer. Today we are going to finish our third unit with finishing radiation shield topic. So what are the radiation shields? So as the name implies, these are the shields which you are going to place in between two objects or three objects where radiation is happening. So to reduce the radiation between objects, you are going to place radiation shields. So what are the properties of radiation shields? They are highly reflective and very thin plates with lower emissivity. So why does it have lower emissivity? Because if it is having lower emissivity, only then it will keep its temperature low. It will keep on absorbing less radiation, because we know in steady state emissivity is equal to absorptivity. So it will keep on absorbing less radiation and keep on emitting less radiation. So in that case, what will happen? It will shield the radiation. So there are many applications of radiation shields. In fact, in all applications where radiation is happening, radiation shields are being used. Okay, so first application is cryogenics, second one is space application. In both the cases, there is extreme role of temperature. In cryogenics, temperature is always less than minus 150 degrees centigrade. In space application is also somewhere it is very high and somewhere it is very less. So as you know, in thermosphere temperature goes up to 2000 degrees centigrade, but in the lower layers it will go even minus 150, minus 200 degrees centigrade. So in the extreme cases, radiation plays very important role. Okay, so to reduce the radiation heat transfer, we use radiation shields. So third application is very important, and in many exams like in GATE, they are asking numericals from this third topic only. Okay, so what is the third topic? To reduce the error caused by the radiation temperature measurements of the fluids. So what happens when you are going to measure the temperature of the fluids with the help of some temperature measuring device like thermocouple? In that case, normally what is the tendency is that to neglect radiation, but that cause a lot of error. So that we are going to solve a numerical at the end of this lecture. Now let us start with radiation shields and some derivation on radiation shields. So as you can see here, we are having two surfaces, parallel plates 1 and 2, right? So between these two parallel plates we are keeping one shield. So why we are keeping this shield? To reduce the radiation heat transfer between 1 and 2, right? So as you know, as you can easily find out, that if we keep more shields in between, it will increase the resistance. Okay, if resistance is more, then what will happen? Radiation transfer from 1 to 2 or 2 to 1 will be less, right? So now let us analyze this situation and try to find out a generalized formula. Okay, so let us start with one. Let us start with network diagram. Okay, so as you know, we start with black body, then we have this surface resistance. Okay, so if this surface is having epsilon 1 emissivity and this plate is having A1 surface area, then surface resistance will be 1 minus epsilon 1 divided by epsilon 1 into A1, right? Then we reached at this point, that is called J, radiosity of 1, right? After that we are going to find out the space resistance between this plate and the radiation shield. Okay, and assume that radiation shield is having epsilon 31 emissivity, right? So 1 divided by A1 f1 3 is view factor between 1 and 3, right? So this will be your space resistance. After that we are going to reach at this point, that is radiosity of the shield on this side, on left side. Okay, so after this radiosity you are going to reach this resistance, that is surface resistance of the shield toward left. Okay, so this is one network between one and shield. Now we are going to analyze the network between shield and second surface. So in this generalized case, we are assuming that emissivity of the shield in left side is epsilon 31 and in right side it is epsilon 32. Even temperatures may be different or maybe same, so it doesn't matter. So because we are having here a generalized case. Okay, so let us start with this shield. Okay, so when we move from this shield to the surface 2, as in the previous case, we will have these three components: surface resistance of shield, space resistance between shield and object 2, then surface resistance of object 2. Okay, so in this case we have this network, we can make this network, right? And now we can find out the radiation heat transfer from this point to this point, from EB1 to EB2. Okay, and we already know this formula. So what is the formula? This one, Q1 to 2 is equal to EB1 minus EB2, that is analogous to voltage difference. So EB1 minus EB2 divided by total radiation. Okay, so what is the total resistance? Okay, so what is this resistance? Surface resistance of object 1. This one is space resistance of in between 1 and shield. Surface resistance of shield toward left. Surface resistance of shield toward right. Space resistance between shield and object 2. And this one is surface resistance of 2. Okay, so we can find out this big formula. Now we are going to solve this big formula in the next slide. So we are going to assume that all these plates 1, shield and 2 are infinity long, right? So if they are infinity long, their surface area will remain same. So surface area of 1 and surface area of shield toward left and surface area of object 2 and surface area of shield toward right also remain same, and we will assume that it is A, right? So as you know, between parallel plates mu factor is always 1. F13 will be equal to 1 and F32 also will be equal to 1. Okay, so F13 is equal to F23 is equal to 1 and A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3 is equal to A. So when we are going to put these values in this formula, right, we are going to find out this expression. Okay, so what they have done, they have taken A common, this area common, and then they found out this expression, and then they rearranged this denominator, right? So as you can see, this part 1 divided by epsilon 1 plus 1 divided by epsilon 2 minus 1. So what is the epsilon 1? Epsilon 1 is emissivity of the surface 1, this surface. Epsilon 2 is the emissivity of this surface. Epsilon 31 is emissivity of shield toward left. Epsilon 32 is emissivity of shield toward right. Okay, so epsilon 1, epsilon 2, and this expression is separate, and they kept this expression as separate. Okay, so what will happen? What usually happen if you don't have shield between these two surfaces? In that case, what expression you are going to find out? Only this much expression. Only this much expression you are going to find out in the case where you do not have shield. So we know this equation already, but if you have shield, you can see here you are finding out the new expression of resistance. Okay, something is being added in the denominator. If you are going to add something in denominator, what will happen? Q will decrease, right? Because here denominator is increasing, right? So as it is obvious from the formula that heat transfer between 1 and 2 is decreasing if you add more shields, right? So right now we had only one shield. If there are n shields, then we will have 1 divided by epsilon 31 plus 1 divided by epsilon 32 minus 1, this expression n times, right? So this one for first shield, and then we will have n shield here. Okay, so we will have n expression like that: 1 divided by epsilon 31 plus 1 divided by epsilon 32 minus 1 plus 1 divided by epsilon 41 plus 1 divided by epsilon 42, or something like this. We will have an expression. Okay, so suppose if the emissivity of all the surfaces including surface 1 and surface 2, okay, suppose the emissivity of this surface shield and this surface 2 is equal, in that case what you are going to find out, what expression you are going to find out is this: q12 n shields is equal to a sigma t1 to the power 4 minus t2 to the power 4 divided by n plus 1 divided by epsilon plus 1 divided by epsilon minus 1. Why n plus 1 came? Because n numbers are shields, and why we are having 1 here from this expression. This is the extra one, that is because of the surface itself, right? So if you keep this thing separate, you can find out that this is the expression of the case of no shield. So if you have no shield between two surfaces, you will have q12 0 shield equal to a sigma t1 to the power 4 minus t2 to the power 4 divided by 1 divided by epsilon 1 plus 1 divided by epsilon 2 minus 1. But now we have n number of shields, so we got n plus 1 added in the denominator, right? So as you can see, so heat transfer between two surfaces will be reduced by n plus 1 times. Okay, will be reduced by n plus 1 times of, in the case where heat transfer was happening because between two surfaces without any shields. Okay, so this term is very important, and this formula is extremely important. Okay, so now let us finish this lecture now, and just after short break we are going to start next lecture. Thank you.